Hey, how's it going? I'm Josh.
I'm Ryan.
And welcome back to another episode of Spex. This past week, we tested the Glen Pang Futures thruster set and the Dark Arts Futures thruster set. Actually pretty similar fins, at least on the bottom end of the fin. They're both pretty upright, but once you get up into the tip here, you can see how much more rake the Glen Pang fin has. And it was interesting feeling the difference between these two fins in that respect. Each one is 100% fiberglass. There's no, honeycomb core, no carbon anywhere. A traditional style fin, that's how fins were made from the very beginning. And then, honeycomb and all that stuff were introduced much later. But yeah, really stiff and reliable and predictable.
Cool. And then what's your height and weight, and what board did you ride for this episode?
So I'm 5'10", 170 pounds, and I rode this board behind us, the Channel Islands Hammer. It's a hand-me-down from Tanner Gudauskas, as a lot of my boards are. And this one is 5'11", 18 3/4 and 2 3/8, and there's no volume listed, but it's right around 28. But yeah, just your typical high-performance shortboard. It's been my go-to shortboard for probably the last 4 months or so. And it's a really, really good board. I like it a lot.
Is it an older model?
Yeah, it was a model that Tanner kind of gave me a little bit of the story on it. It was a model that he was riding for quite a while. They introduced it to Channel Islands and a bunch of people tried it. And I guess some boards don't end up becoming models, other ones do. As of now, is not a model that I don't think you can order it. But hopefully that changes because this thing's insane. This board's so good. It's not listed on there, but I'd say it's right around 28. And then my go-to fins for it, I've been riding pretty much just the Channel Islands Tech Flex Futures thruster in it. Large. That's pretty much my go-to in everything. But I will say that testing these fins made me reconsider what fins I might be riding in it.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, they felt good. The waves were fun for this one, actually, and we did that on purpose because fiberglass fins, generally, you want kind of more powerful, solid surf. And yeah, the waves were fun. We waited for it to be at least kind of chest to head high and kind of punchy and stuff. Rode them in 2 different beach break locations, and yeah, because in bigger surf, you're trying to control your speed, which is why these are both speed control fins. And then, in smaller waves, you're trying to generate speed, which is where those more flexible fins come into play. But yeah, we wanted to test these in, the proper conditions for them. All right, and we're going to go over the footage on the Glen Pangs. And both of these, both the Glen Pang and the Dark Arts, were 2 different sessions, both very cold, but yeah, and both kind of beach breaky conditions. But I think the waves were solid enough that they actually suited these fins. All right, 3, 2, 1. So this was starting out on the Glen Pangs, going backhand. Got a little one off the top. I definitely liked how these felt backside. And then
bigger, steeper wave, more hollow.
Yeah.
Oh, little doggy
little tube.
Dude, waves get scary when they start to bottom out and get shallow.
Yeah, it was that bar there was really shallow.
Nice vertical snap.
It was almost vert. We'll call it 11 o'clock because I'm gonna get. No one's gonna say that's 12. But yeah, these fins felt pretty sweet. I like the way they felt. They're nice and stiff.
It's a nice wrap.
Thanks.
Look like it fit in that cuppy wave.
Yeah, definitely.
Driving down the line.
I think that was the only air I tried. I did not land it. Yeah, these fins felt pretty cool. I liked how stiff they were. They felt really reliable. Then here's the second session on them. And this is when I think these fins started to shine, was backside. Just with being more upright, the kind of surfing I try to do, backside versus frontside. Frontside, it's more wraps, kind of like that. And then backside, I usually try to get more up in the pocket vertical, which is why I think those more upright fins felt better.
Yeah, they look like they're very controlled surfing, over unpredictable.
Yeah, definitely. And this was a fun little day, little beach break right-handers. A couple lefts, they weren't as good as the rights, though.
Boom.
That one felt good. That one felt very good.
Yeah, you timed everything great about that.
So up next, we're going to go over the Dark Arts. Definitely a little more upright than the Glen Pangs. A really unique fin. I don't think there's another fin in the Futures line that looks like this. You know, we saved this one for last, and I wish we wrote it earlier because I actually really liked this fin. I like the Glen Pangs too, and I definitely like this fin. This fin was cool.
Yeah.
Now the Dark Arts. All right, 3, 2, 1. So here's first wave on the Dark Arts.
We'll check turn.
Yeah.
Keeping the speed. Whoa.
Layback, finisher.
Layback jam.
Kind of awkward layback, but whatever. Yeah, these fins definitely felt a little more responsive just because, you know, they're a lot more upright than the Glen Pangs.
Yeah.
Which really let me come up in the pocket like that backside, which I was stoked on.
Yeah, that was a nice snap.
Thanks. Here's the second session on him.
Yeah, probably good pivot with the upright template.
Mm-hmm. Definitely. Yeah, there was a couple. They went pretty good on the small waves too, but once again, just like the Glen Pangs, that's when they started to shine, was backside on the kind of bigger waves. That's when they felt the best. Yeah, it was fun little wedges. Oh, couldn't make the third one happen there, but
yeah, look like the Dark Arts fins have good projection.
They do have good projection. Yeah, they go down the line pretty darn good. I was stoked how these fell. Little floater. Yeah, it's a cool little wave. The lefts are kind of short and punchy, and then the rights kind of like stay really walled up and down the line. Little fin throw. Yeah, but the rights were definitely the ones you wanted to be on this day.
Whoa.
That was
good backhand snap again.
Thanks. There's that gnarly double up in the bottom of that thing. I was scared I was going to break this board behind me.
It looked like both fins still work great.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, the lefts were kind of like, you know, slopey and soft. And then the rights were just, I mean, they were kind of slopey to start off, and then they just got steeper and steeper, like all the way to the end. So going back to the Glen Pangs, so what I felt with these, you know, they're really upright through the bottom half of the fin, and then they're really swept back up top. So I think with it being really upright on the bottom half, it let them really turn kind of tight in the pocket. And then this kind of really full tip and big sweep back kind of balances it out. It gives it a lot of hold and a lot of stiffness, especially with the all fiberglass construction. Yeah, this is a cool fin for sure. Definitely something you would ride in like powerful surf, really punchy beach breaks, or, you know, kind of hollow fast reef breaks would be what I would recommend for this fin. This would be good for surfers who are kind of heavy footed, you know, really like to push on their fins hard. You know, you really got to lay into it and push this fin around to get, you know, the performance that you want out of it. So I think the combination of those two things, like this fin being good for kind of powerful waves, and then also good for like bigger power surfers, I think is where this fin would really, really shine. They look like, if you look at like, you know, kind of like glass on thrusters from the 80s, this is what they look like a lot of the time. And yeah, all fiberglass, keeping it classic. It's a cool fin for sure. And then the Dark Arts fin. I was impressed by this fin actually. This is one that, you know, it's so upright and so different from what I normally ride that I was kind of dreading trying it. And this was one of my favorite fins that we've tested actually. You know, I kind of stay away from really upright fins like this usually, you know, because I normally ride the Merricks, and those are pretty raked out and swept back. But I think with the all fiberglass construction and being so stiff, you know, it balanced things out. You know, it being such an upright pivoty fin, with it being so stiff, it made it a really reliable controlled fin. And then looking at the trailer, it looks like the trailer is a little bit smaller and has a little less base. These are two fins that I don't hear people talking much about, but they're both really, really sweet, and I can definitely recommend these. I'd recommend these for, you know, your intermediate to advanced surfer in, you know, at the very least punchy waves. I would say beach breaks and reef breaks, and even points would be good with this fin. Definitely someone who pushes hard, but it's got a little more, it's more user friendly, I would say, than the Glen Pang. But yeah, same kind of thing. Probably heavy footed power surfers who want to get more up in the pocket and, you know, more surfing out on the open face and really surfing in the pocket with power would be who I would recommend these fins to.
You said you like the dark arts more than the Glen Pangs.
I did like the dark arts more than the Glen Pangs, yeah. At least for the conditions that we rode them in. If we were surfing, you know, like kind of like pumping lowers or something, I would probably like the Glen Pang a little bit more, just because that's more kind of open on the face surfing. But for like kind of punchy beach break conditions, these felt really, really sweet. I liked these a lot.
That's interesting, because I thought your surfing looked better on the Glen Pangs.
Really? Yeah.
Than the dark arts. But it's probably just two slightly different styles of surfing. I mean, you're so used to rake back, kind of drawn out surfing.
Yeah.
Like your surfing with the Glen Pangs looked very, like, overall thorough and more drawn out with your bottom turns and how you approached your carves and your snaps. And then the dark arts kind of more like pivoty, skippy kind of
definitely
style with a more upright template. But
yeah,
it's interesting.
Yeah, those kind of made me surf how I normally surf, and then this kind of, I felt like opened a door to kind of more, you know, upright in the pocket stuff, but yeah, which isn't normally my wheelhouse all the time.
Between the Futures dark arts and the Futures Glen Pangs, if you're surfing above average powerful surf every day, which of the two would you do?
That's hard, because I like the way the dark arts feel a lot. I think I kind of like them better, but these felt like really reliable. The Glen Pangs did. So I feel like maybe in that situation, maybe if I had to pick one, the Glen Pangs, but I like the way these felt a lot. Like, these kind of gave me the most excitement. These were more exciting. Sometimes the most exciting thing isn't the most reliable thing. Remember that. So maybe the Glen Pangs in that situation.
Yeah, I'd say like the Glen Pangs were more like very big, slow, powerful, open face wave. And then, yeah, the dark arts more like a faster wave, like a beach break, where you need like faster time to react.
Yeah.
Okay, Josh, on a scale of loosest to stiffest for Futures fins, where do the Glen Pangs and the dark arts fins?
Yeah, to go through the full list again, loosest to stiffest, starting with loosest, the Tokoro, Hayden Shapes, Craig Anderson, the Pivot Larges, the JS, Timmy Patterson, the JJF Scimitars, the AM2 Honeycomb, the Mayhem 3.0s, the Jordy Smith, John Florence, then Pizel.
John Tech Flexes.
Yeah, John Tech Flexes, Pizels, Sharp Eyes, the Eric Arakawa Tech Flex, the Vector 3.2s, the Jack Robinson Large, the Jack Freestone, the Neutral Honeycombs, and then the DHD Larges, the Rake Larges, and then still sitting at stiffest is the Coffin Brothers fin. So where the Glen Pangs fall, they're definitely stiffer than the Neutral Larges, but not quite as stiff as the DHD, which is super swept back. So they're a pretty neutral fin. They kind of sit with those three, because the Freestones are super like a neutral template, as is obviously the Neutral Larges. So yeah, not quite as stiff as the Coffin and the Rake and the DHD, but a little bit stiffer than the Neutral and the Jack Freestone. And then the dark arts were, on the other hand, pretty dang loose. I would say these were kind of falling right in between the JS fin and the Timmy Patterson fin.
Well, that's interesting, especially for an all fiberglass fin.
Yeah, for an all fiberglass fin to be that far on the loose side of things, that comes from the template design. It's such an upright fin. It reminds me of the Kelly fin, like the K 2.1s from FCS from back in the day, which, you know, there's been countless iterations of that. Like Futures used to have the WCT fin, which was the Kelly fin in Futures, and then FCS has the Reactor.
Yeah,
which is the Kelly fin. Yeah, I mean, if this was like a honeycomb fin or, you know, a really flexible construction, these would be like the loosest fin. I feel like they're so upright. But yeah, definitely on the looser side of things, and by far the loosest all fiberglass construction fin we've had on fin specs. And yeah, it's a great fin. I like both these fins for sure. If you want to try either of these fins or any of the fins in the Futures or the FCS or any of the fin lines, come down to Usedsurf here in San Clemente and you can do our $5 fin demo program. You can try 5 different sets of fins over 5 weeks, 1 set of fins per week, and it's only $5. So why not? You can find the fin you love. I found a lot of fins I love through this whole project. And if you don't live in the area, you can do our online 30-day buy, try, and decide program. You can buy a set of fins, try them for 30 days. If you don't like them, as long as you don't completely destroy them, you can return them for your money back.
Yeah, and then also the $5 fin demo in shop, you could put that towards a new set of fins too, if you purchase them.
Yeah, so in the end of the demo, if you find a set of fins you really, really like, you can use the $5 towards a set of fins you buy. So it's kind of a no lose situation. Yeah, come on down to the shop. We got tons of used boards, some new boards as well.
They literally have everything.
Mm-hmm.
Get yourself ready for summer.
Yeah, we got a lot of fishes in here. I was just digging through them before we started filming this. There's a couple cool ones in there. But yeah, come on down to the shop. Yeah, find your next magic board or fin.
Yeah, there's at least like 700 used and new boards in here.
Yeah.
Every fin you could think of.
Wax, leashes, all that stuff. Thank you for watching. I'm Josh.
I'm Ryan.
Give a big thanks to Ryan for filming all the surfing for this and getting up here and getting behind the mic. See you next time. Later.
The tide's running, it's time to go. I know we should be taking it slow. Gotta get up, hit the road.